Hey, happy Thursday, and today I'm going to talk about the Harry Potter books. So recently I've just have to put them down because I'm going to drop them. I've been reading them all again, which I do a couple of times a year. So, Harry Potter, best thing ever, new onesie. It said Wizard on it, so I had to buy it because I'm such a sucker for marketing. Enthusiasm, everything's going to be great today. It's going to be a good day. Harry Potter. Okay, I went to a couple of talks at LeakyCon in Chicago last year, and there was a couple of really interesting things that I learnt. I'll just rattle off some random facts, I think. Some stuff you'll know, some stuff you hopefully won't know, but I don't know. I'm so enthusiastic. It's got a hood. Oh, wow, life is great. Okay, religion-wise, I think everyone kind of knows there's always been the sort of religious aspect in the Harry Potter books. One fan actually suggested in, I can't remember what talk it was, but which I found quite interesting, that Harry, Dumbledore and Fawkes could represent the Holy Trinity, the Father, the Son and the Holy Spirit. Harry, there's some scenes in the first book, after he falls, defeating Voldemort. He spends 3 days in the hospital wing before he awakens, you know, like Jesus. In the fifth book, they're referenced in the third book as well, actually, or the fourth book. When Trelawney has one of her benders and it's kind of like 13, the first one to rise will be the first one to die, which is possibly biblical. I don't know for certain, but I think it is. And in the fifth book, at the Order of the Phoenix, they're all having a meal at Grimmauld Place, and there's 13 of them, and Sirius is the first one to stand because he's in an argument, and he's the first one to die. Okay, couple of random things then. Voldemort is technically supposed to be Voldemort and means thief of death. Some people say flight from death, but I think thief works better. Hermione's middle name was originally going to be Jane, but JK changed it because she didn't want it to be too much like Jane Umbridge because of that, so changed it to Jean. Quidditch is comprised from the word quaffle, bludger and snitch, so you get the qua, the ch, and the qua, the qui, the ch, the, and the ch. Oh, you know what I mean. What's it all gone? Okay, I think one thing I always think is quite interesting in the books, maybe it's just from my own sort of interpretation of them, but I think they really do represent sort of, they do show quite, good representation of the stigma against mental illness. Because I know for Harry it's not like he's mentally ill, it's Voldemort possessing his head, but in the second book when he's hearing the Parseltongue, and then later, obviously when he's actually hearing Voldemort, but in the second book Hermione says something like, even in the wizarding world, hearing voices is never a good sign. That might just be in the films. I think it's in the books. I can't remember. But I think that's quite interesting how you could say that represents sort of stigma against mental illness, because JK has had, struggled with depression and things like that in the past, which is where the Dementors come from, apparently, the depression. Where's all my facts gone? I had so many stored up. One thing we learnt at LeakyCon, I can't remember quite specifically what it was about, but it said pretty much every book, I think with the exception of one of them, the book seems to mirror itself, there are parallels in the first and last chapter, the second and the penultimate chapter, things like that. There's a certain name for it, but apparently that can be seen in the books. I've never actually tried to read them that way, so I wouldn't know. Is there anything else? Lots of fun. In fact, I went on a website, there was 25 amazing Harry Potter facts that will knock you off your broomstick. They're all about the film. What's the actual stuff about the book? The third book was apparently the easiest one for her to write. The fifth book was the hardest. She really wanted to kill Arthur Weasley, but couldn't bring herself to do it. And to make up for not killing him, she killed both Remus and Tonks. It's so beautiful. I just love the books. I'm getting up to 5 minutes, so I'm going to stop now before I bore you. But just Harry Potter up your life, everything will be beautiful. Bye.